Howdy, 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 my beautiful Aquarius. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, honey, I'm going to be getting into your weekly tarot horoscope reading, Aquarius, for October 2021, darling. So if you find any tarot cards that resonate with you in this weekly reading today, be sure to let me know in the comments below, Aquarius, which cards resonate with you and how they do, because that is how I keep up with y'all, is through the comments, of course, Aquarius. As well, keep in mind that it does not matter what it is that you identify with, Aquarius, whether it's he, she, they, them, anything inside or outside of that spectrum, darling. Your identity is your cell, is your business, darling, not mine, right? And not these tarot cards. So if these cards are going to resonate with you, they're going to resonate one way or another, darling. As well, keep in mind, Aquarius, I am just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the tarot cards that resonate with you and leave what doesn't, Aquarius, because I'm not going to be offended by it whatsoever. I believe tarot cards are just here to give you some food for thought for today, a perspective to consider, but never making the choices in your life, because it is your life to live, Aquarius, not mine and not these tarot cards. So yeah, Aquarius, let's just jump into your weekly tarot reading today. As well, remember, I am doing a discount right now on my website for personal private readings, obviously. Link down below. All the details are there for 20% off on my website, SimplyVelca.com, darling. So let's just jump into your reading now, Aquarius. We already have your card for this week just to see the general vibe and just the general directions of how this week is going to go for you all. And y'all, Aquarius, got the Ego card, which is the Devil card in normal tarot. Number 6 in numerology. So go ahead and write down the number 6 for me, Aquarius, to look up at a later point for numerology, see how it resonates with you. But this is Archangel Jophiel. Now, if you are open to it, if your belief system subscribes to this, Aquarius, Jophiel is reaching out to you this week to connect with you. So maybe there's something there, darling, that you guys could be working with, Aquarius. So I'm going to go ahead and read off this card now, Aquarius, for those that won't be able to read this. This card says, Aquarius, a false sense of entrapment, being overtly focused, Aquarius, on the material things and negative or fear-based thoughts. So for y'all, Aquarius, right now, this is a time, I have been, I feel as if in your last week's reading, y'all, or maybe the week beforehand, Aquarius, I was talking about imposter syndrome for you guys. You guys were dealing with some imposter syndrome through this sense of claiming your own power, because I was seeing this sense of success for you guys in whatever avenue it was, whether it's like your own personal success and personal accomplishments and achievements, maybe it's success in your career, finances, and I just felt as if, like, as good things started happening for you guys, or when you guys were in this in the correct path, whatever that means, excuse me, Aquarius, for you guys, there's like some sense of an internal struggle. So whether that is actually like imposter syndrome for you guys, or maybe for other, girl, I hope that did not catch on camera. I mean, on one level, it better catch on camera because I spent too much money on this mic, darling, but I did a little bit of a burp, honey, so hopefully you didn't catch that. It just felt like there's some type of internal dialogue that you guys were having with yourselves, Aquarius, where you guys were just like, I don't know, right? You guys are just like unsure about yourself and unsure of the perception that you guys have of yourself currently, Aquarius. So definitely be looking into that a little bit more, darling. Definitely be seeing if there's something that you need to be working on, because this is for your weekly reading. I do definitely feel as if you guys are going to be forcing yourself you're going to be forced into a situation, Aquarius, where you're going to have to look at it directly in the face and have a conversation with yourself and be like, all right, Aquarius, why am I having these thoughts, right? Because I'm being shown a blockade right now. And it's not just because I finished watching Game of Thrones and it's just in that style, darling, but it's because I feel as if for you guys, this Devil or this Ego card in this deck, Aquarius, is the direct correlation with what's been blocking you from allowing this energetic flow in your life to continue just making progression in your path, Aquarius. So let's get some tarot cards now. We have the Knight of Swords coming in for you, Aquarius. So you guys have been having this card coming in for a while now. The Knight of Swords, when it's in a social situation, you might be having some type of person coming in here. Very wishy-washy energy, very hot and cold energy, where it's just like, I always like to say with the Knight of Swords, it's the fastest moving knight, but it's also the knight that is the most influenced by their thoughts. So like maybe on some level, whether this is you or another person, it just gives me this vibe of where it's just like you'll take 10 steps forward, Aquarius, but then when you're in that good mood, but then when something either happens or just, darling, we just depression, darling, or we just, we all have, we're humans, we have those mood swings, darling, and just like a range of emotions and thoughts and feelings. Then you end up taking 2 steps back or 3 steps back, right? It's just very much so like making a lot of ground and then something going on internally, which I feel like that's kind of the case for most of you guys, Aquarius, where it's just like then you start backtracking a little bit. We have here the Hermit card coming in here. Y'all have been having this, Aquarius, where I kept on telling you guys, and I've been insisting, it's just like you don't want to get into this terminating state where you shut yourself off from the world. I've been consistently seeing this for you guys, Aquarius, and I feel like I keep on being like, no, girl. It's just like, come on now, darling. Like, don't get away. Don't pull out right now, darling. We got to remove those blackout curtains. You really want to put yourself into the forefront, darling. I like how I just keep on, come on with me, Aquarius, honey. The Hermit card is a good card of self-introspection as well. That is what that by definition it means. So maybe that is like kind of the key point here as well for y'all, of where it's just like needing to just do some soul searching and figuring out why it is you have this relationship with yourself in a way. Because I wouldn't even consider you guys having a low self-esteem, Aquarius. So that's why it's just like this weird dynamic where I'm not really understanding like that internal struggle. And then 10 of Swords coming in here. Nothing but air energy. I guess besides that Hermit and the Devil card. But yeah, with that 10 of Swords, this is definitely referencing to like, it feels like for many of you guys, you're afraid of pain. You're afraid of pain, or you're afraid of failing. Or for even some of you guys, Aquarius, there's this sense of where, how would I want to put this? With the Lovers card, the Gemini card, maybe some type of relationship in your life, Aquarius, is what I'm honing in on, where it's like that's been like the limiting thing for you. It feels as if some type of person in your life, something in your life that is like you like it, but at the same time maybe you don't even realize this, Aquarius, of just like how just of a disservice it is to your own well-being, to your own energy, and how you perceive yourself, Aquarius. So definitely be on the lookout for that this week. That may be what it is that you're releasing this week, is like this devil showing up in your life. And because the ego is the Devil card, and that's where it is you need to cut it off, because 10s do represent closures to cycles, Aquarius, and with that 10 of Swords there, I do just feel like I'm being shown the sun rising up right now, Aquarius. So I'm taking this as a sign of where it's just like you have one last, it's like this one last tick, darling, one last tick that you need to remove before you start feeling insanely better, Aquarius. So it's definitely whatever this ego manifests as in y'all's life this week, Aquarius, once you get rid of it, once you flick it to the side and what have you, darling, you do what you need to do to heal from it, darling, right? That's your business. That voice crack is also my business, Aquarius. I feel as if that's when the sun's going to start shining for you guys. And then, you take the sun in normal tarot, and the sun card is the best card in the tarot deck, darling, and just refers to just a very happy, abundant time. So, yeah, Aquarius, let's also get a look at right now for y'all, darlings. Let me itch my head real quick, honey. Let's get a look at Aquarius, the good things that are in the works for you guys, getting away from that heavy energy. We have the Messenger card coming in here, which is the Hierophant in normal tarot. And then we have here the Empress card coming in here, Aquarius. Y'all are getting a lot of major arcana, honey. And then we have the Hermit card following y'all again. So Aquarius, I don't feel like I need to get into too much detail with this. I feel as if the good things for y'all is just really this sense of healing. I feel like healing's, I know that might sound corny and that might not be the message that most of you Aquariuses want to hear at this time, but I feel like internal healing is like what's going to be happening for you guys this week. A lot of closure, a lot of it feels as if by the end of this week, you're going to be really comfortable with your place in the world. I feel as if that might be similar to what I was saying in your last week's reading. Definitely check it out in the top right-hand corner of the screen, Aquarius, and see, just see if I'm right or wrong in that regard. But I feel as if that's really like the key message here, is where it's just like a lot of internal healing. And it just feels as if you're going to know your place in the world after this week. And just like, because you know your place in the world, you know where it is that you're going, and just feels like you're just becoming a lot more comfortable with yourself and just a lot of freedom. Some of y'all are doing some heavy shadow work, which I love, Aquarius. You guys have the Walrus card. This card, Aquarius, says, remain vigilant about your current situation, darling. It doesn't say darling, but I added that. Pay attention to the signs and omens and let them dictate your choices, Aquarius. So definitely this is going to be a week, Aquarius, where you're going to be receiving some signs through the world, where I feel like it's just going to be like a thumbs up from the universe, if that makes sense, Aquarius, where it's just like you're going to be receiving some affirming signs and be like, okay, yeah, this is why I'm doing what it is that I'm doing. This is why, it just feels as if you're going to be getting outside affirmation and being like, okay, like, and just giving you, again, this stronger sense of self and just like your place. All right. And then the Moon Oracle card, full moon in the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach for you, Aquarius. So yeah, that's just the name of the game for y'all, is just closure, right? I know this is not necessarily a flashy reading for you guys, Aquarius, but I mean, flashy is not really something that we always need in our lives, and that's not just really, we're not always going to have something flashy happening. But yeah, I just feel as if this is what many people might perceive this as, like a boring reading, Aquarius, but I don't feel like most of you guys, Aquarius, are going to see it in this way. I feel as if this is going to be something that many of you Aquarians are just going to take this nice sigh of relief and be like, finally, Velca, like this is like what it is that I've been waiting for, honey. It's just like having like almost like this sense of just like, it's like, what is this, Aquarius? It's like this sense of like putting a rest to like what's going on internally or in your mind. Maybe y'all have been just really like, maybe your mind has been running a million miles a minute, like some heavy anxiety or something. I just feel as if there's going to be a lot of peace, internal peace coming in for you guys. Just very much so Buddha, honey. So yeah, I like that. Now I have that one song. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to like look that up later. It's called Budapesta or something like that. I think it's titled Budapesta. I'm not going to sing it, darling, because I unlike many other people, darling, whether the tarot readers or not, no, I don't hit the keys, darling, so I'm not going to torment y'all's ears. I'm just playing. I love it when tarot readers just start singing and having fun with their readings. But yeah, Aquarius, we gave these cards to Miss Aretha Franklin. We gave them to Miss Barbara Walters. Now, let's get into your spirit guide and ancestral messages for this week, Aquarius, as I just fling them all over. Six of Swords coming in here. So you guys are moving on from something, right? I want to take this in progression for each tarot card because I just feel called to that for this portion. You guys are moving on from something. I feel as if this is actually a message away from like the ego portion or like that devil that we were talking about, Aquarius, from your first spread. I feel as if some of you guys are just, and I feel like this has been a continuous thing because I'm being shown, it's going to probably sound insanely silly, Aquarius, but I don't care. I have a little rubber ducky, honey, and I have all this eyeshadow on, darling. You think I really care about how people perceive me? And I do a tarot channel, honey. I'm being shown, like, the reason why I feel like many of you guys have been on this journey is because in this boat here, like, I'm seeing it shown in my vision, but I'm seeing shown like wrappers and snacks and stuff. You know, when you're on like a road trip, darling, for a while, there's gonna be like those little that trash, we all have like that little plastic baggie to collect the trash. It has no relevance at all, but I'm taking this more so as like something that you guys have. This has been a continuous journey of you moving on from the situation here, and so it would make even more sense as to that closure. I'm looking at that Lovers card right now that Miss Barbara Walters is holding, Aquarius, and so it feels like for many of you guys, by the end of this week, you're finally going to be having this sense of at peace with some relationship in your life. Right? Maybe you're going to be, I have to give two sides of the spectrum, but I feel like for this portion, it's going to probably be a very small percentage of Aquariuses. You'll know it, obviously. For some of you guys, you're going to be kissing and making up with a situation, and like what it is, that Six of Swords is like those that hermiting energy, not wanting to engage with that. That sounded really gross with me breathing out. Hopefully, girl. Yeah, I feel as if for some of you guys, you're going to be having like this sense of completionness with a connection and be like, all right, we can now start this next chapter in our lives together. We can, be good friends, be good companions, what have you. But for the majority, I feel as if you guys are walking away or moving on from a situation. And by the end of this week, you're going to be feeling extremely at peace with how a situation came to be, came to blows, or what have you, Aquarius. There's definitely just this sense of closure in this regard, or maybe this is even closure with like in something job related for you guys to be like, where some of you guys are just like, like it's just, maybe like a past job really took a heavy blow to y'all. The death card coming in here, darling. I'm not laughing in the sense just because it's like, obviously it might be a little bit of a bummer, darling. And I do get the sense of heaviness, darling, with this. But again, I just see closure, Aquarius. I feel like this is a really positive time for you guys to just like, I just feel as if many of you guys are going to be releasing a lot in your life, Aquarius. And that's what makes me happy. I'm laughing just because it just like, exactly what I was just talking about beforehand. But and then the Four of Pentacles coming in here. And I want to do one more with the Eight of Swords. So it just feels as if, the constraints are lifting for you, Aquarius. You're going to be finding new energy to just invest yourself into. It feels like you guys have just been waiting for this moment for a long time now to like really put your all into something, but you haven't been able to because you've had like these past situations, these past dramas, something that's lingering from you that you needed to walk away from fully and cut off from before you could start investing your Four of Pentacles into other people, other situations, whatever that case may be for you guys, Aquarius, all right? Didn't I even say the Six of Swords? I don't know why I'm being shown 6 again, but didn't I say 6 was y'all's number? What was Jophiel again? Yeah, number 6. I keep on being shown the number 6, Aquarius. So I hope I said that at the beginning to look that number up. But if I didn't, definitely go look it up because I'm being shown it. Like I'm just seeing 6 in my mind's vision. You have the Grouse card coming. I think y'all got this last time too. Expressing yourself, Aquarius, through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. I kind of take this as a sense of kind of like it more so as a celebration, Aquarius, and just like, just that sense of freedom. Again, I just feel like you guys are going to start feeling extremely free, but it starts internally. And then you have the Void of Course Moon. Nothing will come of this situation. So yeah, many of you guys, I do feel like, as I said, probably like 95% of you guys, Aquarius, you're going to be moving on from a situation, receiving closure, and you're just gonna be like, okay, I can finally start the next phase of my life and what have you. That's what it is. Maybe that 5%, that death and all that is gonna be like being able to push the reset, but not the reset because I don't feel as if anyone's forgetting it, anything that happened, but it just feels as if you're just receiving closure, Aquarius. You get my point, darling, right? I don't need to like be super long-winded about it. But now, Aquarius, let's get into your social situation this week. Let's do your social reading, see what's going on there. You have the Moon card coming in here with the Queen of Cups. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, and this other card wanted to come out as well, Aquarius. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming in here. So I'm seeing in this social situation, this has definitely been a slow burn of a connection. I almost feel as if, Aquarius, I wouldn't be surprised for some of you guys, there's some type of slow burn of a connection that y'all have been having. Maybe, I feel like it's been slow, but not really for any one specific reason. Maybe you guys have just been both extremely busy. Nine of Pentacles coming in here. Maybe you guys have just been extremely busy with your own thing, Aquarius, that you guys haven't really had time to really connect. But I do feel as if with that Moon card and Queen of Cups, it's almost as if, Aquarius, someone comes into your life, or not comes in, but like becomes more present rather in your life, to just connect with you more. But it's some type of slow burning connection here where it's just like, on paper, you guys would just be like the best of friends. Maybe y'all would even know that y'all would be, excuse me. Ooh, honey. Anytime I start talking a lot, Aquarius, that happens. This slow burning of a connection, y'all know that you would be really good or really compatible with one another, but time has just kept y'all busy. I feel as if time is going to be like now y'all are going to be coming together and connecting a lot more. Let's see. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles coming in here. Yeah, this has just been a slow burn, slow buildup of a connection, Aquarius. And I just see you two connecting more. I see like someone text messaging another person and then making plans to hanging out. I see some of you guys also just celebrating one another in your own projects that you guys have been working on and succeeding in. I just feel as if y'all are going to be bonding a lot more this week with somebody that has just been a slow burn of a connection. So, yeah, Aquarius, that is the weekly tarot reading that I have for you, darling, for October 2021. Hopefully you found some cards that resonated with you, honey. Remember, I'm doing a 20% off discount for my readings and all my other services on my website, SimplyVelca.com. Be sure to check out the pinned comment because that has all that, including my social medias, Aquarius. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, darling, all that to just being Simply Velca, honey. But until next time, Aquarius, I love you so much. Bye.